What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I want to do an update on the companions, aka Sidekicks, because I made a video yesterday talking about them being a cash grab. I still believe they are, even after we make today's video, but it is still a little bit better than originally intended. But of course, before we talk about that, if you go in game right now, you can actually see the playlist for the Welcome Our Alien Overlord Simpsons event right here for November 1st at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So that is something you can go ahead and like, and you can see the countdown for when it goes live, and downtime is going to be happening around half an hour after the event begins. So downtime for the brand new season will start at 11:30 a.m. after we have the event at 11 a.m. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you this new trailer for Sidekicks in the game, and then kind of go through some of the stuff afterwards to tell you how the unique, lock-in stuff is going to actually be. So here we have to see some clips of the Sidekicks. So we can see that the Sidekick is just going to look humanoid even over in Lego Fortnite, but of course we will kind of dive deeper into this and talk about potential collaborations that could actually happen with Sidekicks after, this clip finishes and everything's seen. Now we can see that they're also using the new fur, so they actually have a lot more of like that fuzzy aspect to them, which is pretty nice. But now that we've seen all this trailer stuff, let's go ahead and dive deeper into it. So I'm going to pause and play here and there to kind of show you everything going on. Firstly, we can see the little pug up there without the actual outfit or anything on it. Not for sure of the pricing. I think it's like 1,200, 1,500 around there, probably 1,200. But if we look at the pricing of the actual Sidekicks, it's around 1,200 to 1,500 V-Bucks for the non-collaboration Sidekicks. I assume that collaboration ones will be a little bit more, and we can see there's a lot of different designs. You have raptors, you have dogs, you have a fish in a water bubble, and you have a Cuddle Team Junior that literally walks around on two legs like an actual teddy bear. So we have a lot of different variants there, and then here is where the lock-in cosmetics come into play. So I will admit where I was wrong. I thought everything was going to be locked in. No, it appears that the only thing that gets locked in are these different variant colors and designs that you start off early on. So stuff like picking the actual base color of your actual outfit right there and, changing it, that will be locked in permanently when you make your Sidekick. The accent right here as well, locked in permanently. Changing eye colors as well, locked in permanently. And then that bottom option, which I can't tell what it's exactly for, maybe for the actual size for how large or small you want the Sidekick to be, that is locked in permanently as well. However, when it comes to the actual variants, stuff that you actually are able to equip on the pet, if we can go ahead and go through here a little bit more, I don't remember exactly when it shows up, but I think it's down here, right? I have to kind of click through here and hopefully it shows up. Yeah. So these variants right here, like the sweaters and stuff, that was what I was wrong about. Those can be picked and chosen anytime you want. So the Sidekick points you actually earn in order to unlock these different variants, those are fine. The only thing that gets locked in is the original options, such as the coloring, such as the patterns, such as the sizing, the eye colors, that type of stuff is what gets locked in. But these other styles, you can choose from whenever you want. So that does make it a little bit better, but I still think it's stupid that you're not able to change these color variants of the actual pets and stuff when you purchase them, and you have to purchase multiple. Because if we go in game and we go to back blings and we go over to pets if they have their own category, and let's select something like Bonesy, right? If we go here, we have three different options. We have tan, white, and mocha. And as you can see right here, I can select any of these. I can switch between them anytime I want. And sure, it does change the scarf. I don't get as much customization. But if I select white, I'm not going to be locked into the white version of Bonesy forever. And for example, if we go through here to some of the other ones, I'm trying to think of ones that we'd probably see in the past. Something like Kaio, right? For example, I have these variants. I have the black one, the orange one, the purple one, and the red one. And even though there's all these other variants and colors available to me, if I switch between them, it doesn't lock me out of choosing the other ones. I know the locker kind of glitches here sometimes, but if I choose orange, I'm not locked out of the black and green one. If I choose black and green, I'm not locked out of the red one. However, with the new Sidekicks feature, that is something you're getting locked out of. Even if you're getting a few different variant options that allow you to put like a shirt or a scarf or a sweater or something on your actual pet, you still have the original characters that don't have that locking restriction from when they were sold in a battle pass. And it's kind of funny because, as I mentioned, the back bling for Bonesy is going to be exclusive, but if you look right there in this part of the video, you can see that Bonesy is going to be sold in the item shop as a Sidekick. So if you're someone who already owns Bonesy, congratulations, you get Bonesy for free, but if you're someone who didn't own Bonesy OG or whatever else, you're going to be able to buy him. And it also makes me wonder, and Bonesy was like the perfect example, since I can switch between the different colors of the back bling whenever I want, is that going to be available for the Sidekick, or is that going to be something where it's just one lock-in and then you're done, you know? Because I know it has the new fur, you know, it's technically modern quality, made in Chapter 7 or whatever else, but at the same time, it is something where it's just like, is it really worth the price increase? Something that was technically available from a 1,000 V-Bucks pass, you know, maybe they're going to have a little bit of different designs, you know, like a shirt or something you can put on it. But is it really worth that 1,200 to 1,500 V-Buck pricing? I'm not too sure about that. Now, as we continue going through this actual trailer clip thing right here, you can see that you can change the name whenever you want, and the names are visible to anyone who can see your Sidekick, so don't choose any like personal information, and you're capped at a total of 16 characters. You can change that whenever you want, and right here, as you can see, the actual dog doesn't change to a Lego form in Lego Fortnite, so you're just going to have this like hyper-realistic pet following you around over in Lego Fortnite if you play that mode. And then as you can see right here, we had a little bit of like a cool spawn animation when we were actually in game. I'm curious how this actually works and how that actually, if you're going to be able to like disable and re-enable your pet showing up near you, but it is interesting to see how they follow you around. And then here, you know, you get a good glimpse of some of the pets that will be in the item shop right there with some select variants actually equipped on them. You can even see more pet stuff going on here, you know, people emoting with their pets, someone running across with their pet and all that type of stuff, but it does appear like only your squad will be able to see the pets you have, because as you can see right here, Sidekicks are invisible to enemies in Battle Royale. Now in other modes like Save the World, Fortnite Festival, Lego Fortnite, you are going to be able to see your friends' pets and anyone in the lobby's pets still, and probably in UEFN as well. And then you can see right here we have a little bit of a special animation when you're aimed in with a sniper, so as you're kind of like aimed in, you know, being tactical, preparing to shoot, your pet will actually go into like this battle mode in a way in order to have like a unique animation towards it, and they'll still be near you. But it is interesting to see this type of stuff happening, and it is interesting to see how they're planning to release Sidekicks in the game because of everything going on with it. Now, regardless of how interesting it is to see this interactivity that everything's going to have, I still stand firm by what I said earlier. I still think that Sidekicks are a cash grab. I feel like they're too much money, especially since you can buy the same Sidekick multiple times just the change of the fur of it, when the backbling, the OG pet version, it was just a selectable option, right? You know, you can click, click, click whenever you wanted to, and you can switch between the three without having it locked into the point where you had to buy like a second Bonesy or something, but now you'll have to. That is my main complaint about this new system, and we already know that when it comes to collaborations, they're probably going to be more highly priced than this 1,200 to 1,500 V-Buck normal Fortnite original pets we have in the game. And some other things I've seen people mention is one, that fish stick is cheaper than the actual fish pet in the game. Because if we go back here to when we actually see the pets in the item shop, I'm not for sure if it's right at the, yeah, flop sticks as a pet is 1,500 V-Bucks. The fish stick skin with multiple variants that you can choose back and forth whenever you want to, with the only exclusive one being the World Cup 2019 variant, is 1,200 V-Bucks. A pet that can only be seen by your team in Battle Royale is more highly priced than the skin that everyone in the lobby is going to be able to see. So it's interesting to see this pricing. The only pet I can see myself actually buying in this game is a cat, right? Now, if there was a cat that had an option to make a black variant of it so I can have like a black cat or whatever on my side, that's probably the only cat I'm going, or like only pet I see myself buying in the game, unless they throw out some really obscure anime collaboration or something as a pet that looks really cool. So I don't see myself buying these. I still stand by what I said earlier. It is a cash grab, even if it's a little bit better of a cash grab than I originally thought it was going to be, because of the fact that the only actual locked in part here is the base coloring, you know, the fur, the accents, the eye colors, the size, that type of stuff, and not the actual things you equip on top of the pets themselves. And of course, you'll be able to complete quests as the pets are actually equipped with you, which is pretty nice to see. But it also means that they're kind of engagement or, you know, playtime farming, purchasing stuff in the shop now. You know, I know they've done it before with like level up quests or whatever, like Harley Quinn I think had it, but now we have a whole entire system where every single sidekick for the most part is going to require you to grind out the game with them equipped in order to get the variants you actually want to see in the game. Until next time, however, hope you champs and champions enjoyed this video. Hope it got you a little bit more hopeful about kicks, or I guess not kicks, but you know, pets in the game. Personally, for me, I still don't like them. I don't see myself spending that much money on these at all, but I'll take the free ones they're going to give us or whatever else and go on with my day with that. And until next time, I'll catch you champs and champettes a little bit later with another upload. Peace out.